Hello, good afternoon, family. It's me again. I didn't take as long to produce a video as before. But yeah, I'm here today. We're going to talk about the Dark Goddess. Grim times call for the Dark Goddess. The reason I'm talking about the Dark Goddess because I received a message from one of my subscribers. She asked me, she said, can you tell me more, tell me more about the Dark Goddess? So here we go. Now this is Confessions of the Dark Goddess, number 7. Symbols. Okay, symbols of the Dark Goddess is the first one would be 0. The number 0 because that's the beginning. That's where everything starts from. And in the tarot card, that's the Fool. Remember, the Fool descends from the most high atmosphere, or the spiritually high place, down into the material world. So yes, that's 0 is where everything starts. Also 0, it kind of looks like an egg. See the little 0 at the top there? Yeah, so it's like an egg, the egg of all life, where all existence comes out of this egg, this giant universal egg of nothingness that life materialized out of from. Also, the cosmic womb tomb, that's like birth, death, the creatress, the maintainer, the destroyer. Birth, death, rebirth. The Urubus is a symbol, that's a snake symbol, that's a snake symbol, a circular symbol depicting a snake, or less commonly a dragon, swallowing its tail as an emblem of wholeness or infinity. In the tarot card, it would be the number 21. You see that round circle around, going around here, and it's green. So green means success. And okay, so it means completion, whole, the wholeness. Kind of like the world is your enchilada. You know, you can just do about what do you want to do. Okay, when you get that card, it means a big change is about to come. The world card means the ending to a cycle of life, a pause in life before the next big cycle begins with the Fool. Because the Fool is basically the hero, the person, or the soul on its journey in the material world. It is an indicator of a major exonerable or titanic shift, earth-shattering shift, something that's uncontrollable, impossible to control. Fulfillment, achievement, completion, wholeness, harmony. Everything's changing. The cycles of life. Green equals success. It means also the world card, or this round snake we're talking about. It's a symbol. It's not actually a snake going to come and bite you. Enlightenment, peace, moving with the flow. Also, our reason they choose a snake is because, the snake sheds its skin, so they kind of like, I guess back in those days when people were, looking at nature and observing nature, and nature was basically teaching people, they saw the snake shedding his skin. So, it's like he died, and that's like death and then rebirth. Okay, and also you can see on these cards, they have 4 symbols. And that's Scorpio, right here, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. So Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, the bull. And he has that crescent moon on the top of his head right here. That's like the goddess going through her phases, the moon state, the new moon, dark moon. Okay. Yeah, and the 4 corners, so yeah, those actually that represents the 4 corners of the universe, the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. Now the symbols of the Dark Goddess would be caves, underworld, inner world, like I said before, tombs, death. The yoni is the vagina. That's the vagina of the universe, where everything comes from, is birthed from. That's the symbol of the goddess, the Dark Goddess, rebirth. Birth, death, rebirth was the domain of the feminine. Like the waxing crescent, the waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous, and the waning crescent. The Milky Way is the breast of the goddess Nut. Remember we talked about Nut in one of my other videos. And a lot of times the mountains represent the throne of the goddess on the planet, the throne. If you and you look at the hieroglyphics, or we could call the Metroneter, the figure of the throne, it kind of looks something like this, as I remember. Now I'm thinking about it. Sort of like this. Ba, ba, ba. That little figure right there, that's the throne, sort of like the throne. So those mountains, that's her throne that her son, she allows her son to sit on. And if you see pictures of Isis, you see her suckling the baby on her thigh. Okay, that's what that represents. That's all part of the dark goddess of the birth process. So yeah, the snake eating its tail is the eternal cycle of renewal of life, death, and rebirth. So I equate, and yeah, this is Mommy Water, and she's with her snake too. So that's what that snake represents. Okay. So I equate the dark goddess with, or the black mother with black people, or highly melanated, highly pigmented people, Aboriginal people, because we were the first people on the planet, and we birthed everything: civilizations, writing, reading, math, agriculture, domestication of animals, you name it, we started it, and we birthed it, and it went on for thousands and thousands of years until we were invaded by the meat eaters, people that ate meat from the mountains in the, the Caucasus Mountains over there. It probably started longer before that too, But the Indo-Europeans, coming out of the mountains, the sand people, and the ice people. So, but before that, within Kemet, information that I have is that the priesthood, the male priesthood, developed a negative fascination with the goddess. So in other words, they started to envy her. So she had to be demoted from the dark goddess to a witch, bitch, sorceress. And so once the son became aware of himself, he realized his role in reproduction at the first accepting his role, but it reached a turning point, and he wanted to break the cycle of the Urobus, the snake eating his tail, which leads to the overthrow of the mother right, destruction and the usurp of the dark mother by the patriarchal god, the sun god only, from a stellar lunar goddess to a sun as an sun god only, who is extremely insecure, jealous, and violent. So what they do is they steal the warlike traits, which are masculine, from the great mother, like the goddess of war, the death, the destruction, aggression. With goddesses like Kali from India and Sekhmet from Kemet or Egypt, with masculine traits. And they use that against her. The patriarchal gods and heroes who develop where their sole existence and purpose is to slay and destroy the great mother, the serpent, the dragon. Their great dark mama takes the form of some kind of monster, and the hero, the dominator, we could call it the empire, the bourgeoisie, the capitalist, the male hero, comes and slays and destroys her. This is how we see the rise of patriarchy as we know it today. But the timeline, I'm going to give you that later. So, the great mother has had to be repressed, oppressed, and exploited because her sons have a inferiority complex, because she is so powerful. Any energy that has so much power over life, or actually creation of life, death, and then rebirth, is something to fear. So they feared her so much, and it became kind of, jealous and envy of something that you fear a lot of times. So they flipped everything on her. So from her being the great, mother, nurturing mother, she becomes a deadly mother. And then from a virgin, she becomes a whore of Babylon, a harlot. And in Sanskrit, harlot means independent woman. And, a lot of people really can't stand the independent woman. Why, I don't know. But anyways, I think they feel fearful that women won't need men anymore, or going to live without them or something like that. Or they can't exploit them. Probably not. And then she's the nurturess, she turns into the seductress, nurturer, baby machine, helpmate, slave wife. And then we come on down to more recent times in the Hebrew Judaism religion. She was Eve, and then the negative of her is Lilith, and then the Greeks, it's Athena, and Medusa is the lady with the snakes in her hair. So under patriarchy, the only symbol having value is the good mother. So that's basically telling you that there's nothing that women can get PhDs, they can do all kind of wonderful, magnificent things. But if she's not a mother, she doesn't have a family, people start saying, what's wrong with her? But that all comes from because the whole position of the dark mother has been flipped and usurped and repressed and hidden and just taken over and covered up. So in conclusion, the dark mother is still alive and well. She is the shape of the churches, entrance of the church, the round part, that's her vajayjay or her womb. You can think about Las Vegas, gambling, luck, fortune. Things can change at any time. Or the vagina will be vegetation, everything green comes from her, success, growth. And then what happened was the meat-eating male culture from various parts, the caves or the ice age and whatnot, had really rough terrain. And they came into the southern half of the world where it was tropical and where her matriarchy and her communal plant-eating society existed, and they overthrew it because they were very aggressive and insecure and desperate. So now I'd say the rebirth of the dark mother is in effect. Her cycle continues: birth, death, rebirth, resurrection. She lives forever, and so do you, but in a different form of energy. So relax, stop complaining, enjoy your life, enjoy your vegan, plant-based life. This is watermelon season. Or either you can go and grow your own. So all in all, Nubia in London, I hope that answers some of your questions. That's not all of it. That's just a framework of it. And that's the information that I have gathered thus far. And there are several books out, but I can come back with that later. So everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up, share, like. And if you have any suggestions or comments about what you would like me to discuss or talk about, feel free to let me know in the comments. So, like I said, it was nice talking to you, and all praise to the dark mother. She lives. She's never dying. So basically, when we don't know about her, what happened was that was her dark moon. That's her, when you can't see the moon anymore, she's gone for a while. She was gone for a while, or she was dead for a while, or she went to the underworld. But now she's coming back, shining brightly, living and alive and rebirth. So, we're going to have trials and tribulations. A lot of everything going on here, but just relax. And like I said, stop complaining and just enjoy your life no matter what. And thanks for tuning in to Your Vegan Goddess, the Confessions of the Dark Goddess. More holistic. Thank you. Bye-bye.